Looking through pictures and videos on Jennifer Hart's social media page, you see smiling children and happy mothers. Taking family vacations to see different national parks, going to theme parks, music festivals, and much more. Many were envy of the family because they looked so perfect. What wasn't seen was the horror the children were subjected to at the hands of their mothers, mainly Jennifer. This is the story of the Hart family and their tragic ending in March 2018, when Jennifer drove the family's SUV over a cliff in Mendocino County, California. Hi friends, welcome to my channel and my newest video. Today we are going to discuss the Hart family and their tragic ending. Quick disclaimer, this is a true crime video and we will discuss possible child abuse and murder-suicide. If these cause any type of trigger, I do ask that you click off now. Jennifer and Sierrahart are both from South Dakota, but did not cross paths until 1999 when they both transferred to Northern State University. Sarah and Jen had declared elementary education as their majors, and Sarah had a special focus on special education. Sarah went on to graduate in 2002, but Jen did not. She did not finish schooling and did not graduate. In 2004, they moved to Alexandria, Minnesota, and both worked at a department store. Now that they were living in Minnesota, they were open about their relationship, and Sarah eventually changed her last name to Hart to match Jen. While living in Minnesota, they decided they wanted to start a family and started the adoption process. They were matched with a 15-year-old girl by the name Lee. She was in and out of foster care for some time. Lee contacted her old social worker and asked to be placed in a home. This is how she ended up living with Sarah and Jennifer. She lived with them starting in the summer of 2004. She said the first 6 months were great. They went hiking, camping, kept busy. She hoped to stay until she was 18. Jennifer and Sarah were preparing to adopt, and Lee was happy about getting siblings. Jennifer and Sarah went to Texas to meet the children and left Lee behind. When they arrived home, they showed Lee pictures of her new siblings. A week before the children were to arrive, Jennifer and Sarah dropped Lee off at a therapist appointment. The therapist broke the news that the Harts would not be coming back to get her, and she was going to be placed with a new family. The Harts would say Lee had too many issues for them, like eating out of the trash, amongst other things. Lee has disputed these accusations. Lee does want to remain anonymous. In 2006, they adopted a set of biological siblings, Marcus, Hannah, and Abigail. Jennifer quit her job to become a stay-at-home mom. In 2008, they adopted another set of biological siblings, Devonte, Jeremiah, and Sierra. Not long after they adopted the second set of siblings, a teacher observed bruises on Hannah's left arm. Hannah told the teacher she had been hit by Jennifer with a belt. Within months of the occurrence, all 6 children were pulled from the public school system for about a year. They were placed back in the school system, and in 2010, Abigail told school authorities that she has owies on her back and stomach, and also said that Harts had beat her and held her under cold water because of a penny. They thought she stole a penny. A damn penny. When authorities got involved and interviewed all the children, they all repeated the claims that they were spanked constantly and deprived of food. Sarah took responsibility for the abuse and pled guilty. She was sentenced to 1 year of community service. Around a year after Sarah's sentencing, Hannah told a school nurse she was hungry because she had not eaten all day. The nurse called and spoke with Sarah. Sarah stated it was playing the food card and recommended she be given water. Not long after this, the 6 kids were taken out of public school and homeschooled. A while later, the family decided to move from Minnesota to Oregon. Oregon authorities did a follow-up from the allegations in Minnesota. They interviewed a few friends and were told that the children were forced to raise their hands before speaking, could not wish each other a happy birthday, and could not laugh at the dinner table. So all those pictures around the dinner table and the kids appear happy and laughing were staged for social media. They also stated that the children acted scared to death of Jen and likened them to trained robots. Even with this information, because of the interviews of the children and those interviews not revealing any new incidents, the case was closed. In 2014, a picture of Devonte at an unrest in Portland, Oregon went viral. The picture is of Devonte hugging a police officer with genuine tears coming down his face. A news reporter stated the picture we needed to see, as it was shown on the national news network. Now, looking back at the picture, was Devonte crying because he felt safe from Jennifer and Sarah? We will never know. This did put Jennifer on edge, and she stopped posting on social media, for a while at least, and she became more recluse. The family eventually left Oregon and moved to Woodland, Washington. Neighbors state they hardly seen the children playing outside and did not hear them. They did not even realize how many children were living in the home due to never seeing them outside. In August 2017, Hannahhart jumped out her second-story bedroom window around 1:30 in the morning and approached the residence of her next-door neighbors. Hannah reportedly pleaded, "Don't make me go back. They're racist and they abuse us." The neighbors could hear the Harts searching for Hannah, so the husband let them know she was safe and she was at their home. When the family arrived, Hannah was hiding. The neighbors said you could feel the negative tension when the family came into the house. Hannah eventually went home with her family. The next day, the Harts made Hannah go back and give a note to the neighbors saying how sorry she was for disturbing their peace and that she was upset because she lost a few of her cats. The neighbors thought Hannah was about 7 or 8, but Hannah was 15. That's how malnourished and little she was. The neighbor's father called and reported possible abuse of the children. We'll listen to that now.
Kids that I feel is being highly abused, and I can't wait till Monday in Woodland, Washington.
What's the address?
Okay, I'm going to give you the address of my daughter's house because it's right next door.
Okay, and what's going on there?
Well, they have 4 black children, which that part doesn't matter, and they're new here in Texas. But the other night, a little girl jumped out of the second-story window on the roof and then down onto the ground and ran to my daughter, and this is like 2 in the morning, begging them to help her.
When did that happen?
About 3-4 nights ago.
Okay.
And my son-in-law doesn't want to get involved, but the more I sit on it, I just can't live with it. Somebody's got to go there and check on these kids.
So how old was the little kid that did that ran to your daughter's house?
About 12 years old, 13. And when they came looking for her, she was begging my daughter not to let them know she was there. And then eventually my son-in-law let them know. And then she had all 4 of the kids come back later and to say everything was okay, and they were all standing at attention like they were just scared to death. And I think there's something very serious going on there. And they're here from Texas. The kids might even be kidnapped.
Okay. And so did the girl ever say why she was scared?
No, she was crying, and it was 2 in the morning, and my daughter said the biggest problem was she's half awake. She couldn't believe what was going on. And basically, my son-in-law is like most people. They don't want to get involved. And so he's keeping my daughter out of it. But since she's told me about it, I just can't live with it. I'm very concerned for these kids. I just can't let this go any longer. Those kids, I think, is in very serious danger.
Devonte eventually started going over to the neighbors asking for food for him and his siblings. He told the neighbor that his adopted parents withheld food from him and his siblings as punishment. He said they first did it maybe a meal, but it progressed to days of no food. The neighbors eventually contacted Washington State Department of Social Services, and a caseworker tried to reach out to the family twice, once on March 23, 2018, and again March 26, 2018. The social worker did see a vehicle at the home, but no one answered on March 23rd. Sometime after, the family fled their home. When looking at pictures of their driveway, it appears the family left in a hurry. They had a small brick wall, and the end portion was broken. It appears they may have hit the wall with their SUV as they were fleeing. On March 26th, somebody spotted the family's SUV on its roof, 100 feet down a rocky oceanside cliff along Highway 1 in Mendocino County. The sheriff stated it was a confusing scene. There were no skid marks, no brake marks. They found 5 bodies that day. Jennifer and Sarah were in the vehicle. Marcus 19, Jeremiah 14, and Abigail 14 were found not far from the vehicle. Sierra 12 was found 2 weeks later, and Hannah 16 was found 10 months after the accident. Devonte 15 hasn't been found. While doing an investigation of the accident, investigators have found Jennifer's blood alcohol level was over the legal limits. They did find Benadryl in Sarah and 2 of the children's systems. Sarah had many Google searches on her phone. One was about how much Benadryl would kill a 120-pound woman. Another is death by drowning, relatively painless. It's been stated that Sarah told a coworker she wished someone told her it was okay not to have a big family, that she and Jennifer would not have adopted the children. These children went through hell during their time with Jennifer and Sarah. They just wanted to be loved and have a loving family, but instead they had a fake happy life for social media. I feel they have not been able to find Devonte because he was not in the vehicle at the time. Now, this is just my opinion, not a fact, but I wonder if Jennifer and Sarah found out about him talking with the neighbors and they took it too far and took his life. This is why they fled really quick and why he has not been found. A boy with a huge heart and just wanting to feel love has not been able to be laid to rest. His biological family has not been able to say their final goodbyes. I hope for his sake, his little body is found and he is finally able to rest. What are your thoughts of this case? Do you feel that Sarah and Jennifer may have taken his life before fleeing the house? Leave a comment. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe.